Coffee Break with me. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. How are you today? Today we're gonna do Valentine's Day makeup. Okay, just before we get into it, Valentine's Day is around the corner and my mom texted me a picture and she goes, you should really do your makeup like this for your Valentine's Day with Parker. And I found the picture so doable, so relatable, so pretty, so romantic, and especially so simple that I couldn't, in good conscience, faith, do it and not share it with you guys. So I posted on my Instagram. I was like, hey y'all, if you like this look, you like it enough for Valentine's Day, let me know and I'll film it for you guys tomorrow. So that's what we're doing here today. Valentine's Day is around the corner and we want some inspiration. And all up in your Instagram and YouTube, you're gonna see Valentine's Day inspired everything. What y'all need to remember is it's just a day like any other. Sure, it's special, sure, it's pink and red and full of hearts, but it's also a day you can celebrate with your friends, with your family, with your girlfriends. You can go out, have a girls' night. You can stay in, have a Netflix and chill with your dogs. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but it's just another excuse to get excited and to do a really pretty makeup look. So today we're gonna use the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette and a ton of my old favorites like MAC's Cream Cup and Rags to Riches Gloss. How long has it been since you've heard those two names of MAC products mentioned? It's been a hot minute, right? Anyway, so if you want to see how I got this Valentine's Day inspired makeup look, then all you have to do is keep on watching. All right, you guys, in an effort to save time, I've already done my base. And as my base, you guys know I always do the same thing. I use NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer as my base. And I set everything with Laura Mercier's Translucent Loose Powder. My eyebrows are courtesy of my amazing microblader here in Dallas, and I just went in with some clear brow gel. So now we're gonna do everything else, which means face, eyes, and lips. And for today's look, we wanted to do something soft, something romantic, but also something, sorry, I'm being rude, something soft, something romantic, but also fast, cute, and low maintenance. So we're gonna do that together because that's all we know how to do around this neck of the woods. I used the Naked Cherry palette for today's look. I wanted to do something that was neutral, but a little pink. And I feel like when you look at this palette, you just see pink and peach. So that's what we are going to achieve today. And I actually can't take credit for this look. This is a look that my mom sent to me as a screenshot. From the MAC website, and she's like, hey Babita, you need to do your makeup like this for Valentine's Day. And I was like, don't mind if I do. It's on a Thursday, like who plans that, you know? So my face is looking pretty ghastly white, so let's do something about it. Should we do face first or eyes? I'm thinking eyes, just because I already opened the palette when I was showing it to you guys for a fact. We're gonna go in with Hot Spot. That's this beautiful vanilla shade right here. And my 778 from Delium Tools. Look at this color. This color is dangerous, y'all. And we're gonna go in on the brow bone. Make sure that you don't go crazy because that powder gets on your eyebrows and then your eyebrows look a little ashy. So you wanna take your time. So we'll do one eye and then we'll do the other eye. So I need to know your thoughts on Valentine's Day. Let's talk about it. Let's chat. This is a get ready with me after all, even though I partially got ready without you guys. I thought about you the entire time as I was partially getting ready. So we're still doing this. This still counts. I'm going to share my thoughts on Valentine's Day and my traditions on Valentine's Day, and then you're going to share yours. Deal? Deal. Let's do this. But before we do that, let's go in with Sigma E40 and the shade Caution. That's this pale camel color, whatever, here. If you don't have a shade like that, or you're using a different palette, or you're using your blush as your pink colors, you can always use a very light tap of your favorite bronzer or contour powder. And that's gonna be your transition shade, but I'm actually not bringing it down at all whatsoever. I'm just focusing it where, I'm focusing it right above the crease. So I'm trying not even to get in the crease. I'm basically just going above the crease, if you guys can see that. So our Valentine's Day traditions. In Mexico, Valentine's Day is the day of friendship, love and friendship. So it doesn't have to be romantic love. It can also be platonic love. It can be, you know, friends or family. So it's El Día del Amor y la Amistad, the day of love and friendship. So ever since I can remember, my mom was our Valentine. We would wake up and she would make us a special breakfast, and we would have like a cute little present or a little card or some candy, and she'd give us a big old hug and ask us to be her Valentine, and it was really sweet and really special. And so when I got older, I told you guys, I wasn't like the hot girl. I wasn't the girl next door that all the boys wanted to call after school. I didn't have my first kiss until I was like 19 or 20. So Valentine's Day for me was never a romantic holiday, and I never felt like I was missing it either. I wasn't like, oh, I want a Valentine, you know. I never felt like I was missing it because I grew up thinking that it was something universal, something that everyone could participate in, not just people in romantic relationships. It wasn't like I felt left out because I didn't have a boyfriend or anything like that. So it was just something fun. It was a good memory to have and to share with my family. And still to this day, I'm 34, my mom will most years send me something on Valentine's Day, whether it's a card or like a little necklace or something. She doesn't forget. Yeah, even in my age now, she still makes it a point to try her best and be my Valentine. This year is Parker and I's first Valentine's Day together, so we haven't even talked about it. But we both have our kids, so I don't think it's anything. I don't think either of us are at an age or a point in our lives where we're like, Valentine's Day's around the corner. What are we gonna do? You know, it's like, okay, and no big deal. Now we're gonna go in with a smaller fluffy blending brush, and the shade Feels, that's this beautiful mauvey pink, and mauvey pink. So when I recorded the assumptions you have about me, I told you guys, hey, submit some assumptions and tell me some assumptions you have about me. And someone left one, and it was just in good humor. Someone left the assumption that said, you're finally gonna cave and say mauve incorrectly like the rest of us. Like she was implying that I was finally just gonna be like, fine, I'll say mauve like everyone else. I thought it was so funny. You guys have like the best humor. Okay, so for this shade, this is actually what goes in the crease, but think about this look like so soft, so blown out. You don't want any lines of demarcation. So we're gonna do blendy from the start. So I'm applying it to the crease and the outer V, but I'm kind of, you see I'm kind of bringing it down. So instead of going like this, and then you get the big line up at the top, I'm kind of bringing it down. So apply it to the crease, but with a different motion than you normally would. So you're, look at my little claw hand. So that you don't have to blend as much, so that upon application, you're already blendy. Does that make sense, you guys? So we're not working twice as hard. What's the word? Need it twice, chop it once? No. Yeah, so we don't want to work twice as hard. Work smarter, not harder. ESL moment, you guys, is what I'm trying to do. So you see I'm kind of just blending down, focusing on this side, blending down, blending down, blending down. So we're not going to have like that little kind of rainbowy thing happening. Go in on the other side again. So I'll show you guys. We're applying it here. Go around just a little bit to drop it evenly, but then swing your brush down or stroke it down. Oh God. You know, even when I don't try, some of the phrases that I use, I'm like, that's what she said, cochinas. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our favorite tool, our finger. See what I said? I can't help myself. We're gonna use the color Bang Bang. That's this beautiful frosty pink, and our ring finger. And that's gonna go on our lid. We're not going to go up to the crease, and we're not going to pass the halfway mark of our lid. So if it helps, take your other ring finger and kind of place it gently on the top of your cheekbone and kind of hold taut so that it's easier to deposit the color without making a big mess. If you don't pull your skin taut, depending on how deep set your eyes are, you could really deposit a lot of eyeshadow in here by your nose, and then it kind of messes up your look if you've already done your foundation. This color I have a little bit of trouble applying because it seems sort of, it's like a little chalky, so it doesn't stick onto the skin. However, if you layer it and really kind of push it into the skin, you get a really beautiful glowy look. So it's not glittery, it just has like a sheen to it. I don't know if you guys can see. So it's a really beautiful look for like a soft romantic eyeshadow look. Now I'm gonna go in on the inner portion of the lid, bring it over, and you can see I got some on my lower lash line. It's no big deal, you guys. It's so light, you can just dust it off. Kind of push and blend, push and blend. We're pushing it in and we're kind of smearing at the same time. Smearing is like a very, very educational word. You can tell how much professional training I've had. So you just smear that eyeshadow. If you have a metallic pink or a frosty pink eyeshadow base, like a cream base, that would be a really good product to use on the lid right now. Now we're gonna go in with, I don't remember which one of these I used yesterday. Let's do Young Love. Yeah, let's use this one right here. Young Love. It's like a jewel toned fuchsia. And that's just gonna go on the outer third of the lid using your same super awesome expensive tool, aka your finger. And you're just kind of pushing and blending with your finger. And then we'll go in and kind of blend them together. So same thing on this side. I feel like I'm having some fallout issues. So we're gonna have to have our powder brush really close by to fix that. So take that powder brush in case you have any fallout, get rid of it. Or you could also use your beauty blender if you used it for powder. Okay, we're gonna go back in with the Frosty Pink Bang Bang. Let's use our middle finger instead, just to be a little more, to cover a little bit more space. Apply that on the lid, and I'm kind of bringing it up just a little bit, crossing it over onto the other side of the lid. Same thing on the other side. Okay, now we're gonna take Feels again. That's that mauvey pink, just a little bit of it. Run that on the crease. In case you had some of that shimmery or metallic color come above. We're just kind of making it soft, making it all nice and blendy. Same on the other side. Remember, this look is all about just blendy, 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 blendy. It's just supposed to look like just a soft, glowy, pink look. If you want to deepen this look or to make it a little bit more dramatic, this is the point where you would grab, let's say, like a deeper berry shade or even like a dark brown or a purple, and you take the littlest tap like that, and then that would be right on the edge of your eyelid and the top of your crease. So it's the littlest, tiniest bit. So all you're doing is adding a tiny bit of dimension and making your eye a little bit more sultry. The look that I got the inspiration from on the lower lash line simply had a light tan shade. So we're gonna do the same thing, but I'm actually gonna use my contour powder because it was almost like a cool toned brown that she had on the lower lash line. So all I'm gonna do is take my bronzing powder arbitrarily on the lower lash line. So it wasn't very delicate the way that she had it applied. It really was just like a drag down almost. A drag down of color. So it was just totally blended. The same that it's up here, just really soft and just spread out. That's exactly how the brown was on her lower lash line. There was no like science behind it. There was no blending of different colors. It was just very soft. All right, being that we already have our contour powder out, this is the Charlotte Tilbury's Bronze and Glow. We're gonna go ahead and contour. I'm using the same brush that I always use, Real Techniques multitask brush, and I'm going to start at the top of my ear, work my way down, and then I'll move over to the other side, and we'll do the same thing. Start at the top of the cheek, work your way down, and then we'll go back into the powder, and we're going to take some of that powder and we're going to focus it on the highest points of our forehead down to the temples just a little bit, because since we're not using a lot of base product, like I'm using just very little concealer, I want to add color and dimension to my face in a different way, but without making it look super overdone. And then since this look is very soft, very glowy, very romantic, one of my favorite blushes for that kind of look is MAC's Dainty. It is a baked blush or a mineralized finish blush, and my MAC 127. And I love to be generous with this blush. I often get asked like, oh, what beginner's blush would you recommend? Like for someone that's barely getting into makeup and just wants a really romantic, soft look, maybe something for every day. I always say Dainty. And I know it's very audacious to recommend like a shimmery blush for a beginner, but it's so much easier to blend a glowy blush than a matte blush. Plus I feel like everyone thinks pink when they think blush, right? And it's very light, so it's not going to be super clowny on you if you go too heavy-handed with it. Although it is a relatively cool pink, so it might not be everyone's favorite. And for highlighter, like I said, very soft, very glowy, very sweet, very romantic. I'm going to go in with Laura Mercier's highlight in 01. It's just a basic, again, a beginner highlighter, I would say. If you're like, hey, Dani, I'm just getting into makeup, what is a good high-end highlight color that you would suggest? I'd be like, this one. Anyway, so why am I doing a Valentine's Day look? I feel like it's important that I say this because a lot of the videos that you may be seeing right now are like, Valentine's Day, yeah, it's the best, woohoo! And then you get the people that are like, Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday and it's so like lame and you're paying for love and very cynical. I think life is what you make of it. If you want to be cynical about Valentine's Day, be cynical about Valentine's Day. If you want to have like a Galentine's Day where you celebrate with your girlfriends, do that too. If you want to celebrate both with your girlfriend and your boyfriend, do that too. You know, it's not that serious. I look for any excuse to get excited. So if I want to wear a blouse with little hearts all over it, then I'm going to do that. And if I want to do pink themed makeup because it's February 14th, do that too. If you want to do all super dark, smoky black eye and black lipstick because you hate Valentine's Day, you could do that too. You know, it's not that serious. So I think you know, if you're not a big fan of pink makeup, it's another look that you could do maybe around springtime because soft pastels are, you know, trendier then. Or it's a look that you could do in October for breast cancer awareness. I don't know, you guys. You know, it's just makeup. It's just makeup. It's not that serious. Yeah, so this is actually one of my favorite highlighters ever because it's so glowy with absolutely no traces of sparkles. No sparkles, no glitter. It gives me the perfect unicorn nose that I know so many of you love. It's a great highlighter, you guys. So great. Okay, I'm gonna set my face. Let me close my powder products really quick. I'm gonna set my face with a new setting spray that I've never used before, and I'm a little nervous. This might mess up our entire look, but you know what? It's no big deal because it's just Valentine's Day. We are gonna use Pixie Makeup Fixing Mist with rose water and green tea. I'm excited because I think it might smell like roses, and anything that smells like roses, I'm on board for. The funny thing is though, I would never buy a rose fragrance, like a perfume, I wouldn't. But if it's like a tonic or a bath oil or a body wash or something like a lip gloss or lip balm, I'm like, yeah, put it all over my skin. But as a perfume, I'm like, no, thanks, that's not really my style. Isn't that weird? Anyway, let me set my makeup, you guys. Oh, that was a heavy spray. I'm nervous. Did I mess up my makeup, you guys? I feel like I did because that was like super heavy squirts. I was used to that really fine mist that like the Urban Decay and Scandinavia ones have. Holy mackerel, that was a big heavy squirt. Even involuntarily, I say things in a very inappropriate way, you guys. I'm sorry. All right, y'all, it's mascara time. We're gonna go in with my favorite Lash Accelerator, which I found on the Walgreens website. I'm so excited because it's officially been announced as discontinued. So it is a sad day in makeup history. I did buy several of these off the site. I was a little torn because as a makeup influencer and vlogger, I have to stay relevant. I have to stay connected to you guys, and I have to talk about things that y'all can also get, right? But I also feel morally obligated to be as 100%, 200% honest with you. So this is my favorite mascara. And if you guys like it as much as I do, you need to know that it's been discontinued. You need to know that you can't get it anymore. And if y'all love it as much as I do, you need to know that I ordered 6 off the Walgreens website. You know what I'm saying? So obviously I'm going to keep using my Lash Temptation from Maybelline, or I think it's called Total Temptation. Y'all, I'm awful with names, okay? Unless you have a name tag, it's gonna be hard for me to remember. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find new favorites and a different mascara to replace the loss of this one. The only reason that I love this one so much, because it's like, oh yeah, it has Grow Complex, right? It claims that it grows your lashes. I've used it for years and I haven't noticed a difference in my 3 baby lashes. But it separates my lashes so good. I can't tell you how many comments I get the minute I start using this mascara again. The amount of comments that I get on how do I get my lashes so separate. It's this mascara. This is the only answer. It's this mascara. It separates my lashes. But y'all also need to know that I like spidery lashes. So I go hard on my mascara use until my lashes look a little spidery and chubby. So this is usually my base mascara, and I'll go in with 1 or 2 coats, and then I'll top it with a volumizing mascara like Superhero or Lash Temptation, Total Temptation. But yeah, this one, oh, you guys, it's my mascara love language. All right, you guys, I'm gonna jump off camera, finish my spidery lashes, fix my hair, and then we'll come back to do the lip. And the lip is what completes this look. This is what y'all went bonkers over on my Instagram post. So we're gonna do it together, and we're gonna go back. We're gonna kick it old school, mix in a bunch of lip products. Do you guys remember when it was like, hey, what's your lip combo? It was a phrase. The phrase was lip combo, and it meant combo because there were at least 3 products involved. There is a queen of lip combos, and if you guys haven't seen her videos, it's because she's not that active anymore, and it's Nicole Guerrero. She's like, yeah, we're gonna mix 7 lip colors, and you're like, okay, that is ridiculous. And you see her lips, and you're like, okay, now I need to go buy 7 lip colors. I went ahead and got pretty for you. So let's go ahead and finish our lips. We're gonna do a lip combo, throwing it back old school. The first thing we're gonna do is line our lips with NARS. Marihi Island Beach. It's like a berry mauve shade. I guess I don't really need to describe it when you can see me apply it, but it's a deep berry mauve. I remember like super hella raving about the formula of these NARS velvet lip liners, being on a waiting list for a certain color. And as time has gone on, I realized the formula of these lip liners isn't as amazing as I remember. Could it be that maybe mine is dried out? Or could it be that I've tried better ones since then? But I love the color, but I feel like I struggle a lot with the formula. Like it's very pigmented, but it's also very plasticky, if that's a word to describe liners. It's just, I don't know, it's a little tuggy, it's a little plasticky. It's not my fave. So if you guys have a color recommendation similar to this one that isn't so tuggy, I would really appreciate it. Then I'm gonna go in with Cream Cup, one of my favorite MAC Shadows shades of lipstick of all time. Don't be alarmed, we're gonna blend this out a little bit. You can most certainly leave it like this, like a nice cool tone pink, but it's Valentine's Day, so we want to be extra, and extra uncomfortable with one of the stickiest lip glosses ever of life. The color is so cute that it's worth it, but I'm kind of at that point in my life where I'm like, nothing that sticky is worth it. So we're going to remove the excess lipstick so that we're not wearing it all over our teeth, because we're going to go in with an additional product, and when you're stacking products on products, you're going to wear them on your teeth. So help yourself out. We're gonna go in with MAC's Dazzle Glass in Rags to Riches. One of the most beautiful MAC glosses ever. Sticky though, oh man, you're putting your lips in prison, let me tell you. All right, you guys, that is it for this Valentine's Day inspired Get Ready With Me. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. All of the products that I used or featured will be listed in the description box of this video. anything that I'm wearing that you might find of interest, like this or this, will also be listed in the description box of this video, so check there if you have any questions. But y'all know I wouldn't let you just walk out of my life on Valentine's Day without telling you guys a couple of words of encouragement. Remember, traditionally Valentine's Day is a day of love and friendship, so go out there and remind your loved ones how special they are to you, whether it is platonic, romantic, family, friend, your dog. It's a day to celebrate love, you guys, not romantic love. And I know a lot of times we can be our own worst critics. We are the hardest on ourselves than anyone else, and it's not fair. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, be your own Valentine. And if you don't have one, I'd like to ask you to be mine. So maybe check the description box of this video if you're feeling lucky. So that's all. I love you guys so much, and you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, and learned something, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye guys! Happy Valentine's Day!